Hello and welcome to Own Your Divine Light Show. I am Janet Miller and I invite you to listen to Monique Leurink, a passionate and leading authority in the world of diamond astrology. Monique is a teacher, a trainer, a workshop leader and author. Monique trains astrologers to become certified diamond astrologers. She is now in the forefront of her field in combining the metaphysical luminaries of diamond astrology with the traditional chart. She is the founder of Zintu Being Academy in the Netherlands, Belgium, and France, and she has written 2 books on diamond astrology. Welcome, Monique. It's an honor to have you here. And diamond astrology, it seems to be such an important new key in astrology. And before we go into that, can you tell us how you became interested in astrology? How did this all start for you?
That's the story. Well, thank you so much for having me. And that's an honor to be with you. You know, I cannot tell you how beautiful it is that the universe guides us and that we have come together now in our lives, this time, moment that we have connection. That's something that I'm very much aware of. So how did astrology came into my life? My father is an astrologer.
Oh, wow.
And was an astrologer and a musician.
Oh, wow.
So at that time, it was not done, you know. So he had the books, and I couldn't read books when I was young, of course, a little child, but I remember that's what my mother told me, that she put me in the garden and I was only looking up in the skies, and I was so interested in what was happening with all the clouds and the stars. So that's how it started, and so very early. Yeah, we have 4 children, and I was the one who really was interested in that. And I also did other things, you know. Sometimes I had a love-hatred relation with astrology, you know, but now I've found my path, because there is so much to do in the world of astrology, and there are so many fields. So I started, of course, with traditional astrology, and many people find their way in psychological astrology, medical, political, vibrational. There is so much. Until after I studied for about 20 years astrology, something came on my path, and that was diamond astrology. And I became acquainted with the metaphysical luminaries, and that was something for me. Wow, my God, what's happening here? It originates from France. I already told that at Astrology Hub masterclasses, but it is not structured. It is not really. It's in French. It's in Dutch, and it is in French, but very difficult, very scientific language. It took me years to decode what was being said, and so I started to write. Before I really could understand it, it took me quite some time, and then I said, "Well, this is so beautiful. This is so amazing. I want to write books for a larger audience so that people can understand it and make it in a more simple language." So that's what I did in Dutch.
Wow.
And so I started in 2005 in the Netherlands, and I crossed all over Netherlands to, you know, people who wanted to learn about that. And then it became international. So now, you know, diamond astrology is really new. And the metaphysical luminaries are the black sun and the diamond and the cosmic birth channel. You may also say the black moon, but there is much confusion about the black moon. And Priapus, it's also, and the dragon and the beast. These are luminaries, so no planets. These are luminaries that mirror something so important in each person. So
when you say luminaries, are you talking about like a star or like an essence or like a brightness?
You may say it is a brightness, it's not a planet, but it is a certain point in the orbit of both the moon around Earth and Earth around the sun, where on the furthest point, Earth, sun, that is the point of the black sun. And the closest point of Earth and sun is called the diamond.
Wow. Give me
And
chills.
yeah, and the furthest point of the moon's orbit around Earth is called the black moon, and the closest is called Priapus. Right? So these are all derivatives of the orbits of moon and Earth around the sun. And it appears that these points in these orbits are so important. They are so fascinating. So
Ancient. They sound ancient, Monique.
They are as ancient.
Yes.
Sure.
And you're bringing it back because we must be ready for this. This is why it's coming back, and you are the first one to figure it out.
Yeah. What is the difference?
Yes.
Do I work with traditional astrology? Sure, I do. We cannot miss that one. We cannot. But now that we are expanding consciousness in these times, now that we open up to cosmic consciousness, this is parallel to what is happening in astrology too. Something is opening, expanding, and I think that is diamond astrology too. Wow. So that the stars can guide us to something deeper, something that we are too, that we have forgotten, and that at these times can come back. So what do I mean by that? If you come to think of it, that every person who comes to this earth comes here with two origins. We all do.
Yes, I was going to ask you about that.
Two origins. And that means that we are, and it's not only me who speaks about that, it's Eckhart Tolle who speaks about it, even Jesus in his, all the great, wise, beautiful people speak about that we are more than only our personality, okay? So I am an astrologer who wants to give back the power to each person who does a reading or who is interested in astrology. I want to empower people who they are and give them back their light. You know, not that I can do that, but I consider myself as a translator of the cosmos.
Sure, absolutely.
And I am not there to say, listen, I am the only one who knows it and you have to listen to me. I want people to say, oh, wow, yes. And that is the experience when you can really see that something is happening inside with someone. Oh, now I remember. And the difference is, you know, that many people think, I thought, oh, I came here to learn because I don't know so much. So I came here to learn what I don't know. Until I discovered that is not true. We all came here to remember who we are.
Yes, that really is the truth too, because some of the things I've learned, just to quick intercede for a sec, is that when we were learning we came in with a learning as something we chose to learn about in this life, but actually we're remembering all of the ancient ways and remembering who we are by bringing in all the aspects of who we are. Yeah. So you're bringing it in through the diamond astrology and with the luminaries, and that's another way of learning about that. So that's just my understanding at the moment on that. I don't really understand all of what your diamond astrology yet. But
well, let me focus on what I just said, that we are all born with two origins, okay? And that means, we are born, one is that we are born in the bloodline. That's everybody knows that. But actually, the first line that we are born with is our cosmic identity. And that is what diamond astrology can interpret, can locate. To the detail. So that is new. Wow. That is new. Okay, so suppose that you come to this earth with two layers of consciousness. And the first layer is that inner light. We are speaking about your divine inner light. Well, I have the pretension that I can say, well, we as diamond astrology can really interpret that divine inner light.
No.
So what is it then?
Yes.
Well, the first layer that we are born with is that cosmic identity, which in our astrology is called the cosmic birth channel. We work with that's new. The cosmic birth channel is a sort of distance in the chart through which old energy can flow out and through which new energy, consciousness can flow in. And that energy comes from a higher frequency.
Sure.
Right? So in the chart, we can see that, and there is a distance in the chart. The smallest distance is about 0 to 1 degree, and the largest is about 12, 18 degrees. That's also, and that's it. That's for me the most important part of the chart. There it is happening so you can see with that cosmic birth channel who someone is in his cosmic identity. Now, what is the cosmic identity? It is that part of us that is divine, that from which we can say each person is born with a certain knowledge and wisdom that is divine, that is complete, that is absolute, and that there is nothing more to add to that. Okay. Now, since that part in the chart is furthest from Earth, because it is the furthest point, Moon, Earth, that's also the part then where the divine light cannot shine immediately when you're born.
Of course.
So it is refused. It is being set into the dark. But it is there.
Okay, yes.
And when you look at children, every child has the universe in its eyes. Every child has the knowledge and wisdom in its eyes. You can see that. You can see the knowing. Yes. No child comes here blank. It's a beautiful cosmos that you can see there. And that's that part in that child that knows, that is pure, that is unique, and where every person has its highest integrity. There is no self-interest, there is no egoic self there. There is the connection with the universe in a sort of unity consciousness. And that is exactly the part of us where we know, where we need not learn anything anymore, but that is being refused very soon after our birth.
And when you say refused, is it because of social conditioning?
It is, it is because of the conditioning. We live on the layer here, the frequency, we live on Earth. So actually it's a sort of fall from a higher frequency or higher frequencies, 5D, 60, 70, to the third dimension. And that is for each child a shock, because that child comes in this,
Yes.
Right? So that every child comes here to this world, and has this knowledge and wisdom in a certain field, which we can see as diamond astrologers, and then it experiences something. Wow, what are they doing? Why are they doing this? And then every child wonders, are they mad? Are they mad? And then it sees that everybody does this. So the child starts to doubt itself, which I call that a period of essential confusion.
What is it called? Essential confusion?
Essential confusion, because I'm talking about the real essence of a person. Yes. And that essence goes deep. So the child then says, well, I must be mad. And then it surrenders. It happens to everyone. And then it starts to forget who it is, but not totally.
Right.
So what starts then actually is, the child grows up and must become someone, a person, and person is persona, and persona means mask. So there is a sort of mask now around this pure essence, right? And this is cosmic. This is a cosmic process. We cannot escape it. There will be other times, but that's within 1,000 years or more, and then we will have a different species here on Earth. But we are here to say, okay, we have two origins. We live in linear time. Very soon after birth, the most important origin, the divine inner light that is dimmed, okay, appears to the background. Then the person, the child, becomes someone. It looks at the world, okay, this is how they're doing it, and gets the 3D program, okay, not nice at all for no one. But
that's all you know.
Exactly.
That's all we know at that point, yeah.
Exactly. But we are here to deprogram us from that third dimension. And because it is in us, you know, our knowledge and wisdom, it is in us, you know. Therefore, since we have two origins, it means that we have to be born twice.
Oh, how
and the first birth is, okay, that is the birth of that little baby, you know, the mother, through the birth channel of the mother. But when you have become mature, grown up, okay, personally, as a person, then, and that is usually 30, 32, 35, sometimes that can differ, but then it is time for the second birth. And that is the birth through that cosmic birth channel. Wow. To start and embrace your essential self, as I call it. That's the
or
real
divine self, or your divine self.
You may call it divine self. Yes.
Essential self is beautiful. I love that.
Yes. Yes. But you know, this is such an immense process, and that part of us from that cosmic birth channel, I say it's the most important part of the whole astrology, in my view. Okay, that is that there it has a process, and the process is, the first part of it is the part of that you are in the dark. You are not being seen, and because you have not been seen, you are refused by your parents. These parents do not do that intentionally. It just happens, or by school, or by teachers, or whatever,
or by divine contract.
Well, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. But you know, suppose you have such a high intelligence in a certain field, and you are not being seen in that. No, you are refused that. That hurts.
Sure.
That hurts. And that's what I call that essential pain. And now it's okay. So the next phase of all this is that you must start to believe yourself, and self with a capital letter, again.
Yes.
And that's a whole process. I can tell you, Jeanette, I have done thousands of readings, and even if in my own life, I still can see, wow, it comes from so far and so high. And, you know, believing yourself again is the birthing process of that divine inner light. Absolutely. And that's a totally different process than our personal development. I call it our essential development. And that starts after the second birth, you know, metaphorically, the second birth, through that birth channel. And that is a matter of creativity. To become creative, to start and believe yourself again, because no one in this world has ever been mirrored from essence.
What does that mean exactly?
That means from that divine inner light.
No one is mirrored by the divine inner light?
No one has ever been mirrored. There is no mirror. Sure.
I'm trying to figure that one out. Go ahead.
Well, it comes from a height and a depth. As I said, the light cannot shine yet.
Okay.
And, right?
It's like a veil. It's almost like the veil.
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting, okay.
Yeah. And that means, okay, that light, if you can make that light shine again into this world, it means that you have something so precious to give to this world, because it comes from higher frequencies.
Ah, oh my goodness. Okay, got it
Right?
now.
So
Yes.
I think that is the precious contribution that each of us can give to this world and to a new earth.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is beautiful. I love that. Yes, that makes so much sense. You're talking about our divine purpose. What is our divine purpose, really, in a way?
Yes. And
Or you're on the road to it. Now you've opened the door to allow that to come through.
Yeah. And you do not know how beautiful you are because you have never been mirrored there.
Ah.
No. And because there is no, let's say, ego.
Okay.
There is purity, Purity means there is no ego. You are, a diamond is pure.
Yes.
And, just, let's say, merges with the world, with impurity. There are so many people who are so beautiful and they don't know it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they weren't ever told. So people first get it from the outside. And then as you get older, you realize you can't, if you really open to those things, you realize you can't get it from the outside. It has to come from the inside.
Exactly. Well, and here we go now. Diamond astrology interprets the universe from inside out.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then we see the planets as our luggage.
As our luggage?
Oh, yes. It's our luggage.
I love that.
It's our luggage. It's okay. Thank you very much. Okay, great. But it's all our luggage to open up that inner light. That luggage can serve us.
Okay. Well, you open that up and you have all kinds of fun things in there.
Oh, sure. You have Venus and you have Mars and you have Mercury and you have Jupiter.
Yes, all those planets.
It's a great suitcase. See? And some people have a beautiful Venus and others have beautiful Mars, and that's all great. That's beautiful. Yeah. But actually, did you know that, in astrology, we usually see that the sun, what is your sun sign, Jeanette?
Oh, my sun sign? Oh, I knew you were going to ask me that. Oh, my sun sign is the Cancer.
Okay. Well, Cancer. No,
yes.
So you say, oh, I am Cancer. Okay. I am Cancer. And we know what Cancer means. Yes. Okay, very caring yes. people. Yes. Okay, very for the feelings and emotions and safety and comfort yes. and all these things. Family is important. All right. Okay. But in diamond astrology, this feeling of identity, astrological identity, will shift later on to the cosmic birth channel. And then you say, oh no, I am and then I must know what that cosmic birth channel is, Okay. So let me give you an example. I have 5 planets in Leo, and you can say, oh, I am a Leo. Oh, whoa, I'm a Leo. But my luminaries of diamond astrology are in the 6th house, and that means that I'm a worker. But worker in the sense of, let's say, bringing higher frequencies in work. I'm always working. That's my life. And that has nothing to do with Leo. Leo likes to lie in the sun. Hello, could you admire me?
He likes to bask. Yes.
Where are my servants?
Where's my wife? Go get it for me.
Yeah. And then you can see how this is shifting, right? It's a shift. And then you can say, oh no, this is who I am. And once you understand that, and you say, okay, I have found myself again from this cosmic birth channel, because that birth channel is an immense intensity in energy, in consciousness, in our being, that wants to unfold. It is an unfolding process of birthing the real you, the inner divine light of you into this life. And I think there is no greater joy than that.
Absolutely.
And then there is something important to mention, because all the specific positions of the cosmic birth channel must be interpreted from a unique perspective of diamond astrology.
That's what this show's all about. And you are speaking my language, and our language is so much the same, because that's why we're guided to talk to each other and to bring this to people, because we want people to know that this is the most important thing to put your path on, put that in your sight, to go in this direction. Somehow we're sending out this message for people to say, you know what? We've been doing it, and it just has changed our lives. And look at, this is a place you need to look here.
Yeah, exactly. So there are so many people who feel something and sense something, but they are not sure,
right?
Because they were denied that. And so what I would love to do is, come on, empower them.
Yes.
It is true. You are that one. You have that wisdom. You have that knowledge. Let your intuition, your inner tutor, guide you, right? And
yes.
And then say, oh, wow, it is really true. It's now I am whole again, right?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing the difference that it gets when you do that inner work. Your whole world changes. You totally change. I mean,
Yes.
we're doing the work for a long time. And it's been over 25 years for me. And, it's amazing. I am so not that person I was 25 years ago.
Oh, well, that's great.
You're still growing. We're all still growing, and it's continuous. So it's not like we're totally there yet, but we've certainly closed. We've learned about ourselves. We understand ourselves more. We know what we're here to do. We're being guided, better, more and more to what we're getting. There's always something more, but now you're on the right path at least, and you're going in the flow. You're in the flow now of what is the right path. When you're flowing, it's the right path.
And that is something that you must find out yourself. It's it's so personal, it's so individual. And I think diamond astrology is a great guide to let's say confirm that.
Yes.
To empower people there. Also with, we also have that luminary that is the diamond. And the diamond is also a unique luminary in the chart.
Yes.
And the diamond is, we have all a cosmic light inside of you, that divine light, and we have that diamond, and these go together, of course, but we are all that inner diamond, but the diamond has become rough.
Yes.
And the roughness is all the dirt and the tar of conditionings and fears and all the things of negativity that is around that inner diamond. But I think, in these very interesting times that we live in, and with that time of the acceleration of splitting of worlds, there is that world that is becoming more fearful, more violent, more negative, more aggressive. And there is the world of people who say, no, there is light, and there is God, and there is love, and there is beauty. That's what I want to connect with. And that's to the diamond light.
Yes.
You see?
So what does grinding your diamond mean?
Grinding the diamond is a very, many people say, well, that they have a sort of imagination what it is. In diamond astrology, you can follow the path of the luminaries of the cosmic birth channel, Priapus to the black sun, and then to the diamond, and then it's a cyclic process together with the dragon and the beast, the Nodal Cross. The Nodal Cross is the south node and north node. Many people know about that. But then there is the axis of extremes. The bending points are the dragon and the beast. This is also a cross. These two, let's say, crosses, luminaries and the Nodal Cross, that is actually the layer of diamond astrology where you can see that process, where you can see the grinding of the diamond, you say, oh, that hurts, but the grinding of the diamond is actually releasing what you are not.
Okay. And being aware, you're aware that there's things you want to change. So in a way, that's what this grinding is about. You've come into awareness now, and you've allowed them to see it. When you do the reading and you tell them these things, you're allowing them now. They have a choice. They could grind the diamond, or they don't have to grind the diamond. It's really up to them.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
But now you've at least given them the information.
Yes, indeed. Well, you know, Jeanette, what really strikes me is, did you know that most people do not love themselves.
Absolutely. I understand that.
You understand that. Yes. And that's why they get lost or astray, and everything starts. And now with the axis, the age of Aquarius, Aquarius opposite sign is Leo. So it is the Leo Aquarius axis that will be dominant for a new 2000 years. And that means with Leo, we must understand, we must wake up to who we are.
Okay. Yes.
And this is healthy self-love.
Yes. Be healthy self. That's an important word, because we grew up, oh, you're conceited, you have a big ego, no, you can't do that. You can't say good things about yourself. People deny it because they're told to be humble. And
humble.
You, not that I'm against religion, but they do tell you to be, give it all away, but you can't give it all away if you don't have it. You've got to have things for yourself. You've got to fill up your cup before, and as far as you can, to overflow, to give it to others, because you can't give what you don't have.
Exactly. I totally agree with you, and that's our mission for each of us. The human being of the future, of New Earth, is unique. And we must know who we are.
Yes.
In our uniqueness, and we must take responsibility for that and create from our uniqueness. And in Diamond Astrology, the most unique part is that cosmic birth channel, is that essential self.
Yes, I knew that. I was just getting it. I said, it's the essential self. I love that. Oh, this is fascinating. I love it. It's an ascension journey. Your astrology is you're mapping out the person's ascension journey, really.
Yes.
You're giving them the literal code of what their life is all about. That's incredible.
Yes.
That's incredible.
And that's indeed a sort of path. You can say it's a path. It's empowerment.
Absolutely.
It's a path. It says, okay, be creative, be courageous, be different. Right?
Don't be afraid to
be different.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be afraid.
Actually, I think people are being honored now more for their uniqueness, because people like unique. I mean, look at how everyone dresses. Everyone's putting colors in their hair.
Exactly.
I mean, no one's afraid anymore to show like a different look anymore. They love it. I mean, the more unique now, people seem to even enjoy that even more. So
the 2000 years of Pisces was the collectiveness.
Okay.
We were anonymous, we were humble, we were modest. It was the beautiful era of religion, and I love the first, the Christians, the pure Christianity. But now we are with Aquarius Leo. It is about being unique, being different, being having self-love, and taking charge of our own lives, growing up. And then we can also love other persons, other people.
Right. And when you love yourself, you're not afraid to go out and love others, because you're so willing. It's just, it overflows. You're willing to give it away, because it comes back to you. It all comes back. It's that beautiful unity consciousness, and it's that beautiful, that is what the new earth is, the dream. That is our dream, to create this, and that's what we are creating.
That's it. So I love what you're doing, that you are feeling, called to do this event, and in my work, I love, there are, in this year, 2019, there will be the first certified diamond astrologers having their diploma, you know. And
Congratulations.
I,
That's
that
right. I wanted you to talk about that. You have your beautiful academy that you've created. And so you have your first graduates. That is so
yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
Now, is that school in France or where you have a few schools?
I live in France, so what you're seeing here is the medieval house that I have here in France.
Oh my goodness, is that beautiful?
Um, but you know, the school is actually online,
Oh,
and
it's online. Okay.
it's online, yeah. So there are many students there is in Japan and in Australia and in Canada and in
Wonderful.
Holland and in Belgium, and they are finding it now and say, oh wow, I want to do this. You see.
Mm,
So I give this teaching from this mountain that I live on, and that's awesome.
you live in the Cathar country. Oh
I
my
do,
goodness, what a
yeah,
beautiful country that is, because I visited that. We talked about that.
yeah.
Mount Segur is not far from you, which is a very
Mount
sacred.
Segur is very close here.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a beautiful area. It's stunning,
Yeah.
and it's very sacred because that's where the Cathars lived, who were, you know, the pure, in a way, the pure ones, they claim, you know, because that's
Yes.
what they gave it all because they were living the way, the pure way, which I think is beautiful. And you're in the pure astrology. I mean, you're literally bringing that pure astrology. It's almost like you're in that energy, and it's all coming full circle.
You understand it totally, you know. And you know, Jeanette, I really want to say this, you know, with respect for everyone who is, you know, practicing astrology. I am not an astrologer who, let's say, likes to predict or something. When I say, if you create your own life, you can make your own predictions. It's
Absolutely.
about you, empower yourself. So for me, it's important to use the stars as guides and to translate it to someone said, oh, wow, and that I can give insight and empowerment. But for me, it is important to say, wow, now it's you. So take your power, you know,
So important to take your power.
take your own power.
It's been pushed away from us for so long.
Exactly. Yes.
So it's beautiful. So I know, you know, your gift of clarity is amazing, and helping empower people understand that they are creators of their life is what you're saying. You're
Yes.
telling us exactly what you've chosen to do in this world, and this is your path.
Mm.
So I know you have a radio show in Europe also that you do, and can you tell us a little about that?
Yes. Well, it's actually in the USA.
Okay. Yeah, it's all over the world. Yeah.
Yes, it's all over the world. And well, I was very honored that I was asked for that. And it's every Thursday on News for the Soul. It's a radio. And I'm doing that. I give diamond astrology radio shows to make it more known in the world that there is another astrology that has that layer, higher dimension, so to speak, right? So it's hardworking to create a radio show every week, but I want to do it because, you know, the show must go on.
Plus, you have the clarity. You have the clarity to do it. You're the one who can bring it through because you can simplify it. I mean, that's the gift.
Well, thank you very much that you see that. Thank you.
Yes. Well, listening to you, I learned a lot. I hope everyone else has. I mean, because I know it was just so clear to me what you were saying, what a diamond astrology truly is. It's a path to ascension, really. It's a path to, and
Yes.
ascension is really a higher consciousness.
Yes.
Just making the choice to step into a higher consciousness and a better you. I mean, you're just becoming a better you over and over and over. You keep moving forward, and the more you move into who you truly are, your essential self, which you're gifting us with that knowledge, you become that higher self of you. You're connecting to all those aspects that you are unaware of, which is kind of what they call you can call it your God aspects or your cosmic aspects, as you call
yes, sure. You know, something else, Jeanette, that just when you were speaking, you also inspired me, and things come to my mind. You know, these diamond astrology, these processes, these axes are life processes. They are immense, and they're so important. And the people who study it now, I approach them from their own inner divine light.
Ah, how beautiful.
I don't say, look at me, I know it all, I am a teacher, okay? But I respect their wisdom. And I so much want them, to say, oh, I can do that in astrology, in diamond astrology, or I can do that, or I can do that. That's what I would love people to do. Say, oh, wow, she has the cosmic birth channel in whatever Cancer or so. This is someone, I call that a universal parent. This is someone who can cherish, who can care, who can give, who can heal wounds. Yeah, who can.
We are the nurturers. Yes, we are.
Yeah.
You're the cosmic mother.
Yes.
Cosmic mothers, yes. We are the Cancer cosmic mothers. That's beautiful. And when you do that for your students, you're empowering them. I mean, you're literally empowering them right there and then.
Yes.
Okay, I see who you are. Actually saying, I see you. I see you. I see who you are. And here, take it down your road that works for you.
Exactly. With the study, with the theory that you learn from diamond astrology, that's a theory.
Of course.
And now they go,
the foundation of your work. And
that's the theory. Yeah. And then you do something with it yourself. Everybody will interpret it or do something with it. Okay, this is my path to work with diamond astrology. That's what I want, So I respect my students. And I say, wow, I see what he or she, well, that's precious. That's very precious.
It's a beautiful, it's a new way of teaching. It's a really beautiful way of teaching. And I think that I'm sure your students who come are just like, wow, this is an amazing way to learn. Because it's very authentic to them as well. It's extremely authentic to them.
I think so, I cannot speak for them, but I think so.
Well, that's your intention. Your intention is
of course. Yes.
Work as well as your own. You're giving them yours, and then you say, here's what I know, and I'm giving it to you.
Sure.
And you can take this and make it your authentic way with my base knowledge and my base wisdom I've given you.
Yes. My teaching is always treat others with respect.
Yes.
No one is better or worse than you are. No one. We are all on our path. But when you do a reading, you actually meet another universe.
Oh, sure. Oh, yes.
And there is a precious world in that universe, and that asks for respect. You are not higher because you know something of diamond astrology. You are equal. And that's respect, and make the heart connection. Don't go into the mental mind. Get out of your mind. That's what I always say to my students. Get out of your mind and make connection with your intuition.
I love it. That's really beautiful. I mean, you're going here. You're going there.
Exactly.
Exactly. Going to the heart. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. Well, I know, thank you for all of this. Is there any particular message you have for people in 2019? Is there anything you feel people need to be aware of or to know? And what would you say?
Well, this has to do with the free gift that I want to offer to people.
Okay.
And that is indeed about 2019 and after that too, we will meet the world in much more polarization.
Okay.
Extremes.
Really? Oh, that makes sense though, because the worlds are breaking apart. So
exactly.
It's extremes. Okay.
And there is people who will be stuck in fear.
Okay. Yeah.
And act out of fear. Well, when you act out of fear, you can do very funny, strange, weird things, right? But it is so the free gift that I have is how to shift that fear. In astrology, it's called Saturn. I like to call it.
Oh, yes, it is.
Saturn is playing a very important role in these days. You know why? Saturn is now conjunct the diamond.
Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness.
See?
Oh, that's the grinder. The grinder. Is that
exactly.
Oh, my goodness.
Exactly.
No wonder.
Exactly. So that is, we are being invited to say, okay, do I choose 3D Saturn, fear and restriction and limits and dogmas and law and rules because I want, and control, I want to control. Or do I go to 5D Saturn and say, well, I want to take responsibility for myself. So make Saturn to really become mature and say, all what Saturn is something that integrate in my own life, so that I take my responsibility and that I create my own basis. That's what it is. A spiritual but grounded basis that has nothing to do with fear, but with being realistic to wake up.
Absolutely, to wake up. Absolutely. You've been given the gift. You've been given the gift of a wake-up call. Do you choose to take it, or do you not choose to take it?
Exactly. Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Exactly. And that means, you know, Jeanette, that you also have to work, that you have to do something, that you have to make choices. So it's not only, it's so nice. No. Sometimes it's difficult. No. Okay, then you have to make your choices.
It's not the easy path, but it is definitely the worthwhile path. I mean, anyone who's done anything in their life knows when you work for something, the rewards are greater.
Exactly.
If you get it easy, you don't appreciate it anyway. You take it for granted and you don't appreciate it. Exactly. So when you have to work for it, you totally appreciate it so much more. And the meaning goes deep. It goes into your cells, it goes into your body, and you're like, wow, I can't believe I got all that from this awful situation, but it's a learning. I had to learn this way. And if you look at your situations and turn them around and go, what are they telling me? What am I learning from this? Which is what you're saying. The fear. Why am I in fear? What is it telling me? Fear is telling me something.
Exactly.
It's a message. Look at what's in your face. What is fear telling me? Yes. So you're giving them this choice with that. I love that.
I give some, let's say, 8 golden guidelines, as I've called it.
Oh, that's right. 8 golden
guidelines to work with 3D Saturn and shift it to 5D Saturn. That's my free gift. And that's very relevant now. Saturn in Capricorn, conjunct the diamond. There is Pluto in Capricorn. There is a South Node in Capricorn. So much is in Capricorn. And Capricorn is, it's all about law and order on a 3D level, or do you rule yourself? What are your rules? What are your own laws, and don't want to control over others, That's the whole thing.
Yes. I live with a Capricorn.
Of course, because Cancer and Capricorn is a star couple.
Is that right? Oh my goodness.
Opposite signs. Good.
Is that right? It's a good coupling, huh?
A very good couple.
Oh, that's why we've been together 43 years this year.
Oh, well, congratulations.
Thank you. It'll be wonderful. So your 8 golden guidelines to shift to 5D Saturn is a program they can connect to, and they can get the link. We'll put the link up, and
they can go to my website,
go to your website,
and there they can. It's a booklet. Digital book, and that they can download it. Whoever wants to download it, they can download it,
and it'll help them look at that in their life and change. And then they can see things that they weren't aware of, which is a beautiful gift, because Saturn is the taskmaster, correct?
Indeed. Yeah.
As we know. Well, I would love to thank you so much, and I also thank our listeners for being here. And please write in and tell us how you like this show. This was an amazing amount of information. What beautiful new teachings you're bringing us, Monique. It is just amazing. Your insights are, you are the cosmic explorer, I'm calling you.
Thank you, Jeanette, and thank you for the great work that you're doing. I know you're doing it for free. There is no interest, but that's so beautiful. I love that.
Well, this is a beautiful reason to be out here and sharing this energy, and it all comes back. It all comes circle.
Yeah, sure.
So I am thanking you again for owning your divine light, which is what this show is all about. And you have just shared so much of yours and the beauty that you're bringing to the world. And you're helping all your followers, your students, and all the people listening, and anyone who's called to get a reading with you, to unlock their passions in themselves, to ignite their authenticity, was exactly what you said earlier, and to create the lives they love. And they can get so much help through Diamond Astrology, which is absolutely a beautiful pathway to that. So I want to thank you again. And I am Janet Miller, and I will see you on the next episode.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you.